going well. Yeah, we're rolling along not too badly at the moment. Yeah, we had to abandon the paddock we're in. We were just getting bogged. It was too wet underfoot. So it's probably out of the 36 hectares, there's probably 20 left. What we're actually going to do is we're just changing the knife guards on the windrower, and we're going to windrow it and put it in a row, and we can run along with a little canola pick up front and pick it up. It's just going to, one, help the ground dry out, let the sunlight and the wind get to the ground, and two, it means we won't have the big front on. That front, I don't know, it'll be 4 or 5 tonne I suppose over the front axle, so it makes it makes it pretty heavy. So we're going to do that. So Brendan's just at home doing that. We had a bit of a rain delay this morning, and yeah, so we sort of got bogged again. And when the rain came over, it was only a quick shower, so we decided to sort of move paddocks just next through the fence, and we've got a bit of elevation here, so scenic view. It's actually turned into a pretty good sort of a day now. Tommy here's on the bin, Ross is in our truck, just taking a couple of loads into town. The other guys, I said, the other 2 trucks have just turned up here now, so it won't take long to get them a load. Yeah, we're sort of sitting at about 6 tonne in here now that we've got the header calibrated, so there's nothing wrong with that at all. And and making good grades still, which is probably more the point. The weight's still up and still good, so yeah, we'll just keep rocking along. Going to hopefully start the big square baler in the morning, so the guys from Copper Farm Equipment are going to come out. We've got a guy down where we were doing the hay. They just want a few bales of barley straw for some heifers, so we'll do I don't know, 10 or a dozen in the morning. We won't get too carried away with it because it is still pretty green, this stuff. So yeah, we'll just get the guys out and give us the rundown on it and how it all works, and yeah, we'll punch 10 or a dozen out, and then yeah, I don't know how long this straw will take to dry down, but yeah, end of the week maybe or something like that, we'll look into it and try and get it all in a bale. So anyway, yeah, that's where we're at. Morning. Yeah, we got finished up about 8 o'clock last night. We got the mother bin full of barley, and it got pretty tough actually, so we could have filled our truck as well, but yeah, just it was cold. It was wickedly cold. I've got a jumper on this morning again, so hopefully I don't think the week's going to be mid-20s roughly. So just come out. I'm just walking up here to open a gate actually. We got a bit hard to see with the sun. The young ewes that we were buying, they turned up yesterday, so there's 350 of them. Yeah, so I've just got them close here beside the yards. We just dropped them off yesterday morning, and yeah, so just a couple little paddocks here beside the house that we'll just keep them in for a day or two, just to let them settle down. So paddock here with a bit of ryegrass and that in it. Yeah, not a lot of pick in there, but yeah, but no, they look quality sheep. That's why we've sort of continued to buy them off these guys. They do breed good sheep. As I've spoken about in the earlier videos, these guys are probably actually better than what we got last year. We don't, and look, some people probably think we're mad, but we don't actually look at them before we buy them. I just sort of put the trust in our agent up that we use up there. We've been dealing with him for a while now, and yeah, he knows his stuff. So any issues and that, if they come back and we're not sort of happy with them, he's generally right onto it. So yeah, but it's good. It just saves, it's a day's drive to get up there to look at them. So but yeah, this is the 3rd year now that we've bought a run. This is just sort of 350, just a top up really. So we'll cull a few when we scan, and we've got a few there just with sore feet and that sort of stuff, that if they don't come up, we'll cull them. So anyway, hope your day goes well. It's going to be a cracker here. We just need it to come up 10 degrees, but anyway, we're just going to do a couple of jobs on the windrow. I'm just going to finish organising the knife on it. Brendan was working on it yesterday, and we'll get it out the back and get that barley in a row. I'll get the guys to come out. We're going to start the big square baler this morning, or do a few bales just to get the cobwebs out of it, and yeah, we'll get that paddock of barley finished that we're in, and we'll probably start on the wheat, I think. And we'll just have to wait. Where we're getting bogged, we'll just have to wait for it to windrow it. Hopefully it carries the windrow. And open this gate. Yeah, and we'll give it a couple of days, get the wheat strip, and then we'll come back and pick it up. Hopefully that's the plan. But you know what plans are like around here. Anywho, walked up and opened the gate, and the doggos think we're going to do some sheep work, so they're all very excited. Come here. Hello, Barry. So what we've done with the windrower, these were the knife guards we had on. So the knife runs across there, there's a knife on the ground there, runs across there and essentially cuts off on that edge there. So we run these in canola. We have run these previously in canola as well, but these we call them stubby knife guard. Just a bit better when the crop's down and tangled. The crop doesn't hang on the knife so much. So yeah, but these aren't all that great in stubble and that sort of stuff. So we've just put the originals back on. And what I'm going to actually do is, I've got a 9-inch grinder here. I'm just going to run along. It's a bit hard to tell probably through the camera, but they've just got a bit of a round edge there, so that's essentially the cutting edge. So I'm just going to run along with the 9-inch grinder and just dress those edges on there, and just, yeah, so you've got a sort of nice sharp edge to cut against. Just show you quickly what I'm sort of doing. So yeah, just rubbing that edge there, just to square it up. Yeah, so we'll buzz along and do them and bang the knife back in. Righto, good happening. Big sweat baler. So 80 from Cobram Farm came out this morning and give us a bit of a run through. He's been unlucky, a chain come off on the pickup, so we only did 3 or 4, and then we had to get the header going. And but I've got a guy that wants, I don't know, 15 or 20 or something, so I've just punched out a few more now, so that's good. It's a bit daunting, completely new machine, completely new to us machine. It has done a bit of work, but I'll sort of trust the guys that we're buying it off with, the Agco guys, and yeah, we won't, they'll give us the backup service, which is good. So yeah, we got finished the barley in this paddock here. We'll go and have a look at the windrows barley today, that we windrowed today, but we've also had a crack in the wheat here, and I'll go and have a look at, show you that, and just what we're thinking. Something a little bit radical, but look, if it works, it's going to help us get it off. So anyway, give us 2 seconds and we'll have a look. Rightio, so the barley, all we've done is we've just run the Windrower through. We've pushed the decks in as close as we can get them without leaving a gap at the end of the comb. And so all we've done is just ran the Windrower through it, and then we'll come back here hopefully in, I don't know, before the end of the week. What are we, Tuesday today, couple of days and with the pickup front, and pick that up, and hopefully, you know, it just allows the sun and wind to get to the ground, just to dry this out, because we got hellishly bogged a couple of times through the middle there, and yeah, it just wasn't going to happen. So yeah, and even with the Windrower got bogged a couple of times. So yeah, so no, we'll get back to this in a couple of days. We've actually moved the header down to that direct heading canola job. I spoke about it in the earlier videos, and done a little bit there, just did a box full. It's going to go really well. We don't have the top cross auger in the big front, which we weren't too sure about, but it's a good crop. As far as the fact is, it's not very tall, it's standing up. Yeah, it's gonna feed all right. So we'll slip into that tomorrow. We don't think we'll get all of it tomorrow, but we'll go bloody close. So yeah, a couple of pivots so we can just put the front in, go round and round and round and round until we get to the middle, rather than having to turn at the end. So a bit better productivity. Yeah, but we'll have a look at this wheat and show you what we're thinking. Righto, so the wheat, we're just on dusk here, or very close to it. Well, hopefully got enough daylight to show you what we're going to do, or what we're attempting to do. Problem we got here is the wheel tracks, which you can see here, are still quite green, and there's a lot of, I probably should have jumped over onto where the crop's still standing here. There's a lot of late tillers, for whatever reason. The bulk of the crop's dry, ready to go, but these late tillers are showing up in the sample. It's quite green, and look, I don't think the receiver would take it. So as you can see here, you've got these guys, this is off a wheel track, so it's probably amplified a bit here, but the row over there, let me jump over, just show you. We did a couple of runs with the header, but what we're hoping is, by putting in a row, if we give it a couple of days, it may actually, that stuff may dry down enough that it's going to be able to be harvestable. So we just go over this as well. A bit of stuff there, that's just with the 35-foot front. See these guys? So he's just a rogue, a late tiller, for whatever reason, but they're sort of scattered through the crop. Now there's enough of them there, there's another wheel track just here, but there's enough of them through there that it's showing up in the sample. So what we're thinking, and never done it before, so we haven't brought in and rolled a heap of acres. We've just done a couple of rows. We'll leave it a couple of days. We've got to come back out here with a pickup front anyway. we'll know within, it's only going to be about 25 degrees or something tomorrow, but we'll know within a day or two whether that's going to work. It'd be really good with who it is. I know it's, look, it's another job, but it means getting it. Otherwise, it means being able to harvest it. Otherwise, it could be another 2 weeks, especially when we're just not getting the hot weather. Like, you know, it should be 30 degrees, constantly 35 degrees. We're a week and a bit into summer, and we're just not getting the hot weather. Had a jumper on this morning, you know, it's quite cool again tonight. So it's just it may be a means to an end. Don't know. We might give it a crack though. So I suppose that's, look, it is a depreciating asset, and it's costs us money and all the rest of it. But having the Windrower at our disposal is yeah, look, we've got it. We might as well try rather than just sitting around twiddling our thumbs. So anyway, yeah, so we'll get into this direct heading canola tomorrow. We'll have a look at that. Yeah, but thanks for watching. Thanks for those new subscribers. It's ticking along pretty well, the count. It's sort of we're jumping along pretty quickly, which is surprising. So and yeah, thanks to those guys that are giving us a bit of feedback, and yeah, no, it's very pleasing. So anyway, take care. We'll catch you on the next one. Ta-da.